It's your boy, Jeff Jones,
It's your upset specialist, Thomas Boykin.
and this is 234 Sports Talk. Fortunately, Mike Jones cannot be with us tonight. We just want to talk to you a little bit, want to kind of interact with you all and see what you're thinking about 234 Sports Talk. We're looking for you to all to really interact with us. Leave some comments, leave some suggestions. If there's anything that you'd like to talk about, let us know and we'll talk about it. Tom, what you think about that?
We're here for you. We're also here for you, as well as our opinions. We like to talk about what you want to hear. So, by all means, leave us a comment. Subscribe to us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We look forward to hearing those comments, and we'll definitely talk about it. That's what we do.
Definitely. We're really looking to hear from you all and get some interaction. And we believe that we here really to discuss everything concerning sports, but we also want you all to be a part of what we're talking about. So come on, like and subscribe. Come on and interact with us, and we love to hear from you. You got anything you want to talk about? You can also email us too at 234sportstalk@gmail.com. Tom, before we go, let's talk a little football. The college rankings are out, as you know. We had some upsets over the weekend.
Wow.
Some big names fell. Alabama, of course, you know they fell. Clemson fell. And what is your take on the new college rankings? Matter of fact, let's just look at a few teams here.
I am just shocked that we had that as many upsets as we had. That was just baffling. And my Buckeyes was almost part of that statistic. Trust you me.
Yeah, with inclement
weather and all that stuff, they still show that they're susceptible, that their running game is not as prevalent as they think it is. So they still got some work to do. In the running game, they still got some work to do.
In the Georgia-Tennessee game, what really impressed you in that game?
Georgia's defense. Georgia's defense absolutely just like, I'm like, this is why they should have never been not number one. They should have been number one from Jump Street, from the beginning of the season. They should have been number one. I would have had no bones with that. They're the defending national champs. So why not have them as number one? As nobody's beating them. There's been a couple scares, but nobody's beating them. So, hey, y'all went with the fact that, well, Tennessee beat Bama. Well, they will make them number one. No, they haven't beat Georgia.
I agree with you on that, Tom. Totally agree with you on that. When we look at the Clemson game, the Clemson was really destroyed by Notre Dame.
I'm gonna tell you what. Shout out to the head coach of Notre Dame. He's a homeboy from Dayton, Ohio. He is definitely turning that program around from how they started with Ohio State in the game after that. Now Notre Dame is rolling. Notre Dame is starting to play like Notre Dame normally plays.
We talked about this earlier in the season. We really did. We talked about the fact that, and you just talked about it, that Georgia should have been number one when the first polls came out, first rankings came out.
Absolutely.
And we also discussed the fact that, we talked about a few things. We talked about the soft schedule that Alabama has. And then we also talked about Clemson, that we felt like Clemson was shouldn't have been ranked as high as they were earlier in the season. And now that they've pretty much been exposed. This new ranking we got here, and I'm just gonna call out probably from 1 to 12. There's some teams in there that we want to discuss tonight before we go.
Sweet.
Number 1, Georgia, and we agree that they should be there.
No problem with that.
number 2, Ohio State. Do you and number 3, Michigan? Do you think that number 2 and number 3, did they get this correct, or should maybe Michigan be at number 2, Ohio State at number 3?
I'm an Ohio State fan. I love Ohio State. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going off of style points and production versus lower ranked teams, Michigan had a better productive game than what Ohio State had in a lower ranked game. So in my book, even though the ceiling for Ohio State is high, but in my book right now, Michigan should be 2 and Ohio State should be 3.
Okay. Now, TCU is at number 4.
No problems with that.
Definitely. I think that they're deserving of that ranking. How about number 5? You have Tennessee there.
No problem with that.
Oregon at number 6.
No problem with that.
And then you have LSU at number 7.
Got a problem with that.
What's the problem here with that one, Thomas?
The problem with that is there's no way, like I talked about earlier when we were talking about rewarding people that had the better records. We're getting away from teams that have the better records and ranking them lower than teams with worse records. You got a 6-2 team in front of 2 7-1 teams. There is no way that I'm putting LSU in front of UCLA or USC. There's no way. In my book.
Okay.
There's no way you do that.
And then you have, of course, number 8, USC. You have UCLA at number 9. So you're saying that they should be above LSU.
They should be 7-8.
Okay, because they're both 8-1, and you got LSU at 7-2. So I agree with you on there. I totally do. And then you have Alabama dropping all the way down to number 10.
Where LSU should be 9.
Okay. And then you have Mississippi at number 11. And then I agree with that.
Unknown caller.
Right.
And then you have at number 12, Clemson.
I will say this. And if we're going to go right is right, right is right. Clemson only has 1 loss. Although it's a bad loss to Notre Dame, they only got 1 loss. You got teams with 2 losses in front of them that shouldn't be in front of them.
Okay.
But if you're looking at, style points and all that other good stuff, well, you got 2 teams that's in, that just got beat that, style points don't matter. You got beat. You lost to LSU. Alabama lost to LSU. Clemson loses to an unranked Notre Dame team. Not close, a blowout. They lose
Definitely.
in a blowout. So I'm like, I see the reason why they dropped Clemson like they did, because it wasn't a competitive game. It was no contest from the beginning of the game. It was no contest.
And of course, they had a scare earlier in the year too.
Oh yeah.
So,
in actuality, they should have lost to Syracuse.
True.
They should have lost to Syracuse. Syracuse said, "Here, you can have it," but Syracuse had them dead to rights.
Tom, when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, do you think that Georgia's going to be the national championship and actually be the national champion?
Here's what I think on this. And this is what I'm hoping comes true. I'm not saying it will, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we get a chance to see the game that we were supposed to see last year. The Georgia-Ohio State game. That's what I'm hoping will be your national championship game. Because the way Ohio State throws the ball, now your safeties just can't sit back and be like, oh, we can sit back in the zone. Now you got to be active because they have 3 to 4 guys in the slots that you got to pay attention to. So it would be, the best offense versus the best defense. Mm-hmm. Again, because keep this in mind, they shut Tennessee all the way down. I mean, they shut them all the way down. I'm like, wow, didn't see that one coming. I thought Hooker would have a lot better day than what he did, but Georgia said we're not having it. So
definitely.
Hats off to Georgia. They played a whale of a game. And your boy, what's funny is nobody's mentioning Stetson Bennett in the Heisman running. Stetson Bennett is just winning. That's all he's doing, just winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I still think you still got to include Stetson Bennett in that. His numbers might not be the greatest, but he's still on a defending national champ and he's still undefeated.
The record speaks for itself. Definitely. Definitely. Well, Tom, we're going to get ready to call it one on tonight. We talked about it. And until the next time, we'll talk about it again. This has been 234 Sports Talk.
Don't forget, like us, subscribe to us, but more importantly, leave a comment, leave a suggestion, leave a topic. We will definitely talk about it.
Definitely. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us right here on YouTube. You can catch us on all our social media sites. We got them listed here on our page here. But you can catch us on every social media site that we have listed. And that, once again, we want to hear from you. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Till the next time, 234 Sports Talk. Peace.